to concentrate on invisible zippers. So what I want to show you, this zipper is to pull up. That's your upper stopper. It's there. It stops there. Then this is your slider that you slide down. And this is your zip coil. So it does have a coil as well, your invisible zip. And then we've got here at the bottom a stopper. So let me just show you on a normal one. Same thing. That's your slider and it's got a stopper there. That is your stopper. So you slide down. And this is your coil. Although it is harder than the normal invisible zip, but your normal zips hasn't got the metallic tooth. And then when you go down, it stops there anytime. So that is our normal zip. Exactly the same, our normal zip. The stopper there, it's those two gadgets there, and you bring it down and it's got a stopper there not to pull your zip straight down. So that's your zipper tag. So that is your dress one, that is your heavy duty one, and we're going to do now invisible one. So the secret on the invisible zip, you can actually do it with one pin, is that you're going to take your two pieces of fabric like that. I'm going to move this one away. I'm ready with my zip and I'm going to pull it down and I'm going to roll the head over here, right on my mark that I've ironed. Right on that mark. So I turn my coil to this side and I put my foot down. And now my only job now is to guide it on here, on my mark that I've ironed. And there it goes. So I slide it, guide it on my ironing line. And slide it. There, I'm done. So I'm going to turn my zip in like that. And I'm going to close my zip. So there's my one side done. Okay. So the secret is now I'm opening this side. And I'm going to pull my zip down. And if you notice, I haven't ironed this, so I'm just going to pull it down. And I'm going to turn this zip to this way. So you can actually say you turn it right to the other side. Does that make sense? So I'm going to go into that guide. And see, our needle is in the center, so that's where it sews. I'm not going to move that. So that is the secret. You turn this one totally to the other side. And we sew. And I just follow on the line here at the bottom. So with your invisible zipper, you can cut it as well. So now the secret is I'm going to turn this back and I'm going to zip it close. So there's my invisible zip. Perfect. So your invisible zip is perfect on cushions. I've made this cushion and I've put an invisible zip in. And very quick, so you don't, it's, your invisible zip is actually one of the zips that really goes very quick. You don't have to think. So that one there. And we've also done here an invisible zip, but with the teeth open. So you can see, then you have to do your top stitching there. There's different ways of putting in zips. So we'll do a class for everybody just to do zips. You come in with your machine and you will put a zip in. Plain zip, invisible zip, chunky zip, a zip in leather. So that's what we're going to do. That's the reason why we do this class today. So here we've ironed this one a little bit. Of course, with your invisible zip, you can just cut it off. That's the secret there. So there is our invisible zip. Here's a special zip that I've put in, just tried it, and I've put some piping cord next to it. And this is my shoe bag, and I just sewed it in so you can see the threading there, just to make it a little bit different. You cut it open there to do it professionally, fold it in where you're going to put your zip. So I've got my lining on that side, so I'm just preparing strips here for our bag that I want to show you how to do it. And I'm using my 40-inch foot. We've just got pieces of fabric to make a very interesting bag. And you always go the opposite way if you do strips together. One down, one up, so just turn around. I'm going to use my 40-inch again, because I don't want a very wide seam. And you always need to iron it open. So I'm quickly going to iron this to that side and to this side. I'm going to top stitch it. So this is my lining side. So I just feel I want to top stitch this down. I'm going to put the edge of my 40-inch foot. And what is nice of the Bernina, you can sew off the fabric without having a bundle in your bobbin case. I'm just going to cut this quickly. So I can say half. So what I'm first going to do, I'm just going to cut the edges here very straight, just in case. So let's move it this way. 3 layers and a bit of batting. So I'm just going to put that there. Very important that you cut it straight. And this one is also ever so slightly. I'm going to do this one on that side so that I can see where we want it. And it is straight on this side. And there is our bag, and we can turn it. So I just want to do this as well, square, and put it right on your inch. Turn, make sure that there's no overlay here. That is in the fabric, so that is fine. Just make sure that we are straight. That's very important. So we can say, okay, we want to cut it in half. And I can eyeball it there. Just make sure that's my half. There's my 2 sides. So I'm going to cut my zip here, this off, like that. And I'm going to put a tag in. I'm going to put my zip in there. Going to sew it with my 1/4 inch foot and make sure that it's in. So my stitch is ever so slightly long, so I'll make it to 3.5, and I'm going to stitch. Now you can stitch over a nylon zip. Can you see there? And I'm going to reverse it a bit, secure it, cut. And I'm going to cut this off. Actually, your cutter makes it much straighter, so that's how you're going to cut it. Make sure that I have got that there. So I am a little bit pedantic, so I'm just going to put another stitch row there, just to make sure that it won't come off. So now my zip must be a 1/2 inch in on this side and this side, because I'm going to put my zip there. A 1/2 inch, oh, thanks. So I'm going, and that is important. So remember, your inches are there, so I want to do a 1/2 inch in. So I've got a seam allowance then exactly on a half. And just mark it, it just makes it so much easier, because that's going to be our seam allowance as far as I know of half. Okay, so it means that I must now cut my zip shorter here, because that's going to go in there. So that's where I'm going to cut my zip. And I can't go and cut it that way. I need to bring this down. So that will be from there to there. So I must cut it here. And we're going to put a little strip. And you fold this as a little piece of fabric in two and over again to make this. And this must be nice and straight against that. So you can have it longer because we're going to cut it. Okay. And I'm going to start, just make sure that I'm straight. I am dead straight. And that's your knee lift. Fantastic, you've got a third hand. A little bit back, and just keep that together. And voila, can get to there. Going to cut that. Going to cut that. So this is going to be the outside of our zipper bag, and we're going to put our zip down, facing down. Yeah. And let me just get my ½ inch in again. Remember, this is a very handy little tool, your ruler, which is there, is my ½ inch. I just want to make a mark for myself. And just a guideline for me. So I'm going to put my zip facing down from there to there. Oh, we missed this. So that also happened. Let's just go back again. And that can happen, so don't despair. We'll quickly sew it down. At least you could see what happened. So what I'm going to do my needle, one needle to the left, no, to the right. We call it a scant on your ½ inch foot. Okay. The little threads off here. Okay, so we are this way. I'm going to put that down, and we're going to sew my ½ and on my ½ inch. Okay, so I'm going to start sewing. Put it right on the top. And remember, you must open this, otherwise you won't be able to get into it. So I'm lining it up with the top. And I've done a scont. So I'm going to go here. Pull your zipper to the back. So. So now I'm going to open my zip. Going to fold it back, that back totally to do a top stitching here. And I'm not going to stitch, I'm going to start from here, that in there. Sorry, let me just fold it in. This is where your pins can do a bit of work for you, just to have it nice. And notice I'm putting the zip in with the 1/4" foot. There you are. So we're going to put it there. Exactly, and we're going to stitch. That's where our stitch finger is actually quite a useful gadget. And there you are. So there's our zipper in. So now we're going to put the other one down exactly on our 1/4". And we're going to stitch it exactly there. Is it al op daai 1/4"? I think so. The zipper past. And we're going to do exactly the same with this one. We're going to move that over and stitch it. And this is quite thick because we've got batting in here. It could be easier possibly if you don't have batting. Oh, so I'll bring my zip forward. Can you see the zip is also then a feature of our fabric here? We're going to stitch here right on the edge of that one. You must remember, you must always have your zipper that you can pull it past, so it makes it easier. So here's our zipper in our bag. Now we're going to stitch it together. To stitch. Just want to check it quickly. And there you can see our nice corner that we've put over the zip that we've cut. What a lovely edge. Okay, turn it back again. And we're going to stitch here. And this is where you need that 1/2 inch to be able to sew that in. And you don't want to catch that. That is our decorative little secret there. Get my zip and just open it. How easy is that? And then I'm going to, I like to zigzag it as well around, but we'll just do this for now, so that you can see the final product. And you can make quite a lot of these pouches. We did show on our video the one with the see-through, so you can do the see-through exactly with this. So if you do have, I'll just do all the cuts, but I just want to turn it around quickly so that you can see. Put your hand in. You can use the overlocker, but I'm going to use the overlocker of the machine, so I'm just going to turn this around so that you can see the final product. And this is just a fabric that's been cut, so you can make quite a lot of pouches with this or that, where you can put stuff in your cell phone with the cords and everything like that. So, and here you are. Here is our pouch, and look how nice that is there. Just pop it up a bit, and that side. So the little edge that we put on our zipper, see how nice it finishes it off there and here. And here's our zipper bag. And you can have your corners round or sharp. Do that and just move that to one side and that to the other side. And depends how deep you go in. to go there. So I use that line on my foot, on my plate, so that I use that side. Ek kan net so langer maak want ek moet eers oormaak. To one to the one side and one to the other side. Just makes it easier. You don't have a big bundle. So I've used that as my guideline. Turn it in, you can stitch it down. I don't stitch it down. It forms that bottom. So there you turn it inside out. And there's your pouch. And it will stand quite nicely. We've got that there. That gives you a nice bottom. I've showed you how easy to make a little pouch with as a gift. You can put in anything in here, tissues, soap, or any hidden gift that you want to give for your, instead of buying paper, you make a little pouch, and it is beautiful. And I think a well-deserved gift, whatever you put in as well. So we've done the same technique here. I've just used a sewing plastic that we've got here. So I wanted to give a lady a gift, so I decided I'll put fabric here. I sewed the binding here with my blanket stitch. I've done the same zip here with foot 14 that I've got a guide. I've put my zip in, turn it over, there you can see, and I made this to give as a gift set. So that you can see what you get, and this is just to make it much stronger with the fabric on the top. Just a different way of sewing. You can make them very short for a nice pouch that you can put anything in. So here we've done the same technique here. I've put quite a lot of stuff in here. I've put a plastic zip. This is my one side, and that is my plastic side on this side. And I can immediately see what I need. I left my lipstick, so let me run back and put my lipstick in here. So it's a see-through one, and on this side, it's not see-through. So you can always turn it on the see-through side so that nobody can see what you've got in your pouch. So then I've used foot 14 to do the zip here, and 14 is a zipper with a guide in that you can sew. You can put that there and sew. So you use that guide and you can move it whatever you want to do. This side or right in the center to sew very equally. So I've put that one there and sewed, and then you can go this one here and sew. So this is a lovely guide zipper foot for very special items that you want to make, and you can sew very straight. So as I said, that we will, if you book, we will do a zipper class and use all the zipper feet samples for you to book in, and we'll show, and you will do it as a class.